In the peaceful town of Aloria lived a young woman named Rhea, whose beauty had become a story everyone knew. People said her smile could calm storms. Children ran to greet her whenever she passed through the marketplace. Elders often whispered to one another about how graceful she was. Travelers who came through the town would hear the same thing. "Have you seen Rhea?" Her beauty echoed through the community like a legend. But Rhea was not only beautiful. She was also wise, kind, and hardworking. Every morning she helped her mother cook meals for neighbors in need. She visited the elderly who could not walk far. She read books to the children who gathered under the mango tree in the village square. Many wealthy men desired to marry her. There was Armon, the merchant who owned half the market stalls. There was Leo, the son of the town mayor. And there was Dario, a famous traveler who had gold and stories from distant lands. Each believed he would win Rhea's heart. Yet something strange happened. Every time someone asked her about marriage, she simply smiled and said, "Marriage is not about wealth or appearance. It is about the heart God prepares." The townspeople laughed quietly. They assumed she would eventually marry the richest man. After all, beauty often chose wealth. But Rhea had a different idea of love. And no one in Aloria could imagine the marriage she would one day choose.
Not far from the village lived a quiet young man named Daniel. Daniel was a carpenter. He built doors, repaired roofs, and made wooden chairs for the market. His hands were rough from work, and his clothes were simple. He was not rich, he was not famous. And he rarely spoke unless spoken to. Most people barely noticed him. But there was something special about Daniel. Every morning before sunrise, he sat beneath a small olive tree and prayed. He thanked God for life. He prayed for the town. He prayed for the poor. And sometimes he prayed for people who never even knew his name. Daniel believed something simple. A good life was built like a house slowly, patiently, and with strong foundations. One afternoon, while Rhea was walking through the market, she passed Daniel's workshop. She stopped. He was repairing an old broken chair for an elderly widow. The woman tried to pay him, but Daniel gently pushed the coins back. "You need the money more than I do," he said. Rhea watched quietly. No one else noticed, but she did. For the first time, Rhea saw a kind of beauty that no one talked about. As the months passed, more men came asking for Rhea's hand in marriage. They brought gifts, gold necklaces, silk dresses, perfumes from distant lands. One evening, Armin the merchant arrived with a box filled with jewels. "Rhea," he said proudly, "marry me and you will live like a queen." Another day, Leo the mayor's son said, "Our families together would make the most powerful household in Aloria." The town was certain Rhea would accept one of them, but each time she gave the same answer. "I am waiting for the right heart." People began whispering. "Is she too proud? Is she waiting for someone richer?" Even her friends asked, "Rhea, what kind of man are you waiting for?" Rhea simply smiled. "A man whose heart is greater than his wealth." The villagers laughed again. They believed such men only existed in stories. One year, a powerful storm struck Aloria. Rain flooded the streets. Houses collapsed. Trees fell across roads. The marketplace was destroyed. Many wealthy men protected their own homes first. But Daniel did something different. For 3 days he worked without rest. He repaired broken doors. He rebuilt roofs. He carried food to families trapped in flooded houses. No one paid him. He did not ask for payment. He simply helped. Late on the third night, Rhea brought him food. "You have not rested," she said. Daniel smiled gently. When people are suffering, rest can wait. Rhea looked at his tired hands, his soaked clothes, and the kindness in his eyes. And in that moment she knew something. The strongest house in the world is built by a strong heart. Months later, the town gathered for the annual harvest celebration. Music filled the square. Families danced. The mayor stood on the stage and made an announcement. "Tonight," he said, smiling, "we will celebrate the engagement of the most admired woman in our town, Rhea." The crowd cheered. Everyone expected her to choose Armin or Leo. Rhea stepped onto the stage. Her voice was calm but clear. "I have chosen the man I will marry." The crowd leaned forward. She pointed toward the back of the crowd. "Daniel." Silence fell across the square. Daniel himself looked shocked. Whispers spread everywhere. The carpenter, the poor man. This cannot be serious, but Rhea continued. I did not choose him because of wealth. I chose him because he has the richest heart I have ever seen. The crowd slowly grew quiet. For the first time, people looked at Daniel differently. Rhea and Daniel were married in a simple ceremony. There were no golden decorations, no expensive gifts. Just family, friends, and genuine joy. Daniel built their home with his own hands. Rhea filled it with warmth and kindness. Their house became something special. Hungry people could always find food there. Sad hearts always found comfort. Children came to hear stories. Travelers found rest. People soon realized something. The marriage everyone doubted had become the strongest marriage in the town. They rarely argued. They supported each other. They prayed together. They helped others together. Their love was not loud like the promises of rich men. It was steady like the foundations of a strong house. Years passed. The same villagers who once laughed now told a different story. When young couples asked for advice, elders would say, "Look at Rhea and Daniel." Their love had grown deeper with time. Their kindness had touched the entire community. And their home had become the heart of Eloria. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Daniel asked Rhea a question. Why did you choose me when so many richer men wanted you? Rhea smiled softly. Because beauty fades, wealth changes, and fame disappears. She held his hand. But a good heart builds a love that lasts forever. Daniel smiled. And the villagers finally understood something important. The best marriage is not always the one people expect. Sometimes the greatest love is the one no one thought about. But once it appears, everyone wishes they had seen it sooner.